Oh shit. What? Oh wow, no. Bit temperamental. Okay, it's kind of working, but it's not working perfectly. Okay, something weird's going on here. Right guys, I'm gonna have to experiment with this some more. Yes, Massive Recruit back once again with another video, another Akai video. Yeah, so progress. I managed to get the HXC into the Akai S950 yesterday, and it's kind of all temporary set. Had to mess with the jumpers, etc. I've got a slight bug with it at the moment. It's all been working nice, but just the only bug is now and again it will say disk error fail, and it's only because the disc needs to be ejected and then put back in, and I guess that's the whole idea of having an HXC emulator. But however, I find on the Akai I don't get the same issue with it on the Akai S3000, maybe because it's a more updated machine, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to downgrade the flash floppy to an earlier version, which may have worked well in times of this when this came out, because obviously they're two different disk formats. The floppy disk setup for the Akai S950 seems to be a completely different type of floppy drive altogether. There's the old serial number, etc. for that. Mine's quite rusty, as you can see, but it does work. It's been pretty flawless. It's a floppy drive made by Alps in Japan, which is quite interesting. So yeah guys, also last night I found a coin actually in my floppy disk drive. So guys, when I come home from work, I'm going to be tweaking with that again tonight, and I'll make the changes and hopefully get some results. So today I'm continuing my HXC tests. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to downgrade the firmware. I'm going to do a bit of research into that now, and eventually I'll probably end up with a flash floppy in my Amiga as well. Also, if all goes well, I'm looking to upgrade my EPROMs in my Akai if I can dare to find out how to do that. So guys, just updated to flash floppy 3.15. Let's see if this works. Oh, that loaded straight away. Interesting. So guys, I've got flash floppy 3.15 in there, and 3.15 apparently has got support for Akai.img files, which I'm going to test out. Currently having a bit of a bug here. Like if I change the disk, you can see it's an Akai S950 disk, and I click here, even though it reads the disk, let me see if it will, if I go clear memory and load. Oh, that seemed to be working a lot better. Ah, there you go. I get this bad data from disk error, which is a bit strange. And then I would literally have to press that eject menu, write protect off. Wow, this has got new stuff in there, man. Clone image. Oh shoot. Whoa, this has got some sick stuff. Exit, delete image. Wow, you gotta be careful of that. This has got some new functions on here. Write protect. Okay, so eject. Right, let's eject that, and then let's press the eject button. That's the eject menu. I don't know how I'll get on with that. Eject and reinsert. Yeah, okay, so eject to reinsert. Click on that, then go clear memory and load. See, that worked that time, which is very odd. So I mean, it is working. It's just a bit on the kind of temperamental side. I'm going to try flash floppy V1 as well, but I'm going to test out some .img files now. I want to see if it reads it, because that's pretty sick. So I'll go to there, I go to distro hardcore, so we went chop breaks, distro hardcore, click on that, eject menu, eject, exit and reinsert, Bosch. Then the disc comes up there, I think. Clear memory and load. Is that going to load straight off the bat? Let's have a look. I might end up keeping this version in here and see how I get on with it, but so far so good, guys. I've just loaded up samples. They seem to be loading okay. There's a few issues, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, so I'll try another disc now. Hardcore. Press menu, down one. Exit and reinsert the disc. Click 1. SND5, BD1. Seems to be working a lot better like this. When you exit, there must be a reason why you have to eject and reinsert the disc. You know, I suppose on the older machines it might be a bit tricky. It could be even the config file on here as well. I've updated the firmware on here to the latest one. Right, so let me go to hardcore flavor, right, 950, right? So go there, down one, eject and reinsert, hit that. Yeah, no problems whatsoever. This is a much smoother way. So I'm going to stick with this 3.1. I'm going to make some notes of my jumper settings, and yeah, I think it's time to move on. It's working lovely. As you can see, Akai S950 working crisp. I think I found the jumper settings for this now, and yeah. So guys, a quick summary. I'm using the flash floppy version 3.15, which is a new version on here, and it's working quite well. The only little snag that I found with it is that you've got to and it's a minor as well. When you change the disc, you've literally just got to press the eject, go to the eject menu, and then exit and then reinsert. So it's like the equivalent of you just popping the disc out and putting it back in. And once you do that, look. Alright, did it. Okay, weird. So guys, I updated the flash floppy to the latest version, and also to the very first V1 version, and it didn't really make that much difference. The bug was there. You still got to eject the disc and then insert it back in for it to work. So I think this is something I'm going to have to live with on my Akai. I'm not sure why it's doing it. It could be a config file problem, but you know, it's not the end of the world. As you can see, I've got flash floppy 1.0 in there, and I'm going to update it to flash floppy 3.0. But it's just literally, if I don't sort of eject the disc and I try to load, I sometimes get a floppy disk drive error. But hey man, you know what I mean, it's working on Akai S950, no problem. And all I've got to do is just press the little button to eject it and put it back in. It's not the end of the world. Like I said, happy days and all working crisp. So I'm going to experiment now with this whole EPROM thing. See what I get from that. See if that makes a difference. Doubt it. And as you can see, I'm turning that there. New disc in, eject. And then literally just do that. And it just works straight out the bat. So I can't really screw. It's easier if I just leave flash floppy 1.0 in there, but you know, I want to have the latest one because I like the way you can clone discs on it, because it's got a new function on there that allows you to clone discs, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's something that is definitely worth messing about with. So guys, if you're gonna have a go at doing this yourself, it's the SO jumper for the S950. That's the only jumper you need on there, and it will work the way mine is working now. Okay guys, since making this video I have sorted out a few more tweaks with this now, and gone a completely different way of setting up the HXC on the S950. I will get round to releasing that in a forthcoming video. However, for those of you who want early bird access to that, the video's up on my Patreon right now. Obviously there's a lot going on the channel, so I'm not actually going to release that yet, but for those of you who want to become members or patrons of the channel, I'll make that available for you guys to check out. So just to let you guys know in advance, there is a better way of doing it rather than having to fiddle around with it, because I later got into making a song, writing some music, and then I got to the stage where I went to save it and it wouldn't save properly in the middle of working on on the Akai, and that's something you don't really want happening. So I've released all that information in my Patreon, because this is kind of dragging out a bit now, and I've spent quite a lot of time on it. So I've literally gone out my way and done tons of research into getting this to work with the Akai S950, and it's just not been as straightforward a journey as I planned in this video. So I've now done some more tweaks, and I'm going to make that available to the members and the patrons in return for your support. Peace out.